This is Arif Shani from Sun University Campus Larkana, Department of Computer Science, and today we discuss four topics of Remedial English.
Outline: skimming and scanning, public speaking, kind of sentence, type of sentence. First of all, we discuss skimming and scanning. What is skimming and scanning? Skimming and scanning are reading techniques that use rapid eye movement and keywords to move quickly through text for slightly different purposes. Skimming is reading rapidly in order to get a general overview of the material. Scanning is reading rapidly in order to find specific facts. While skimming tells you what general information is within a section, scanning helps you locate a particular fact. Skimming is like snorkeling and scanning is more like pearl diving. Use skimming in previewing reading before you read, reviewing reading after you read, determine the main idea from a long selection you don't wish to read, or when trying to find source material for a research paper, use scanning in search to find particular fact, study fact heavy topics, and to answer questions requiring factual support. Skimming to save time. Skimming can save you hours of laborious reading. However, it is not always the most appropriate way to read. It is a very useful as a preview to more detailed reading or when reviewing a selection heavy in content. But when you skim, you may miss important point or overlook the finer shadings of meaning, for which rapid reading or perhaps even steady reading may be necessary. Use skimming to overview your textbook chapters or to review for a test. Use skimming to decide if you need to read something at all. For example, during the preliminary research for a paper, skimming can tell you enough about the general idea and tone of the material, as well as it is a gross similarity or difference from other sources to know if you need to read it all. To skim, prepare yourself to move rapidly through the pages. You will not read every word. You will pay special attention to typographical codes, headings, boldface and italic type, indenting, bulleted, and number listed. You will be alert for keyword and phrases, the name of people and places, dates, nouns, and unfamiliar words in general following these steps. First, read the table of contents or chapter overview to learn the main divisions of ideas. Second, glance through the main headings in each chapter just to see a word or two. Read the headings of charts and tables. Third, read the entire introductory paragraph and then the first and last sentence only of each following paragraph. For each paragraph, read only the first few words of each sentence or to locate the main idea. 4. Stop and quickly read the sentences containing keywords indicated in boldface or italics. 5. When you think you have found something significant, stop to read the entire sentence to make sure, then go on the same way. Resist the temptation to stop to read details you don't need. 6. Read chapter summaries when provided. If you cannot complete all the steps above, compromise. Read only the chapter overviews and summaries, for example, or the summaries and all the bold-faced keywords. When you skim, you take a calculated risk that you may miss something. For instance, the main idea of paragraphs are not always found in the first or last sentence, although in many textbooks they are. Ideas you miss you may pick up in a chapter overview or summary. Good skimmers do not skim everything at the same rate or give equal attention to everything. While skimming is always faster than your normal reading speed, you should slow down in the following situations. When you skim introductory and concluding paragraphs, when you skim topic, sentence, when you find an unfamiliar word, when the material is very complicated. Scanning for research and study. Scanning to uses keywords and organizational cues, but while the goal of scanning is a bird's eye view of the material, the goal of scanning is to locate and sort down on practical facts. Facts may be buried within a long text passage that have relatively little else to do with your topic or claim. Skim this material first to decide if it is likely to contain the facts you need. Don't forget to scan tables of contents, summaries, index, headings, and topographical clause to make sense of lists and tables. Skim them first to understand how they are organized, alphabetical, chronological, or most to least. For example, if after skimming you decide the material will be useful, go ahead and scan. First, know what you are looking for. Decide on few keywords or phrases, search terms if you will. You will be a flesh and blood search engine. Second, look for only one keyword at a time. If you use multiple keywords, do multiple scans. Third, let your eyes float rapidly down the page until you find the word or phrase you want. 4. When your eye catches one of your keywords, read the surrounding material carefully. Scanning to answer questions. If you are scanning for facts to answer a specific questions, one step is already done for you. The question itself supplies the keywords. Follow these steps. First, read each question completely before starting to scan. Choose your keywords from the question itself. Second, look for answer to only one question at a time. Scan separately for each question. Third, when you look at a keyword, read the surrounding text carefully to see if it is relevant. 4. Read the question to determine if the answer you found answers this question. Scanning is a technique that requires concentration and can be surprisingly training. You may have to practice it, not allowing your attention to wander. Choose a time and place that you know works for you and dive in. Second is public speaking. What is public speaking? Public speaking skills refer to the talent of effectively addressing an audience, whether it is in front of a group of people you already know or a crowd of complete strangers. Your ability to communicate to them with clarity and confidence is known as your public speaking skills. There may or may not be an opportunity for interaction between the speaker and the audience. The basic difference, however, between a casual talk and public speaking is that the latter is more purposeful and meant for celebratory entertainment, influencing, or informative purposes. Why is public speaking is important? Good public speaking skill can have a huge impact on your career for the following reasons. Demonstrates your knowledge. You are always at your best when you can articulate your thoughts clearly and effectively. Public speaking skills help you do exactly that. After all, the true worth of the knowledge you possess can only be realized when you can show and apply it. Demonstrates your confidence. Not only does a public speaking increase your knowledge during the process of preparation, but it is also develops and it demonstrates your confidence. Whether you are interviewing for a job or hoping for a promotion, your confidence is what will make you stand out among other candidates. Helps you lead better. The higher you climb up the career ladder, the greater will be the number of people you shall have to lead. As a result, the need for public speaking skill and the confidence patent to it also increases, making it one of the determining characteristics when considering someone for a promotion. How to improve public speaking skills? Prepare with the practice. Once you have prepared a presentation or a speech by giving it a logical flow and making it more vibrant with the addition of examples, stories, and visually appealing props. Only then your true preparation begins. If you are wondering what that means, remember that practice is the key to preparation. Practice your speech presentation alone or seek to speak in front of other people until you can speak fluidly with confidence and comfort. Accentuate your strengths. Analyze yourself as a public speaker and identify your true strengths and weaknesses. Most of us tend to imitate other public speakers who are popular amongst the crowd. However, the best way is to be yourself and focus on your own strengths. Keep your ears and eyes open to feedback. Although all sorts of public speaking do not involve direct interaction between the speaker and his audience, there are various ways in which audience is able to provide feedback. If the audience cannot speak their opinion out loud as a speaker, you should be able to look for a non-verbal cause such as the body language or facial expressions of the audience. Types of public speaking: ceremonial speaking, demonstrative speaking, informative speaking, persuasive speaking. Ceremonial speaking: most of people will give some sort of ceremonial speech during their lifetime. These speeches mark special occasions. They are common at weddings, graduation, and funerals, as well as large birthday celebration and office holiday parties. Ceremonial speaking typically involves a toast and is a personal with an intimate emotional connection to people hearing it. Demonstrative speaking: science demonstration and role playing are type of demonstrative speaking. This type of public speaking requires being able to speak clearly and consciously, to describe actions and to perform those actions while speaking. A demonstrative speaker may explain the process behind generating power while cycling to power a toaster, for example. The idea behind demonstrative speaking is that the audience members leave the knowledge about how to do something. Informative speaking. With informative speaking, the speaker is trying simply to explain a concept to the audience members. College lecture courses involves informative speaking, as do industry conferences and public official sharing vital information. In this type of speaking, the information is what is important. The speaker is not trying to get others to agree with him or to show them how to do something for themselves. Rather, he is disseminating vital information. Persuasive speaking. Persuasive speaking tend to be the most guilty. Politicians, lawyers, and clergy members use persuasive speaking. This type of speaking requires practicing voice inflections and nuance of language that will convince the audience member of certain viewpoint. The persuasive speaker has a stake in the outcome of speech. Politicians, for instance, may want votes or a groundswell of support for a pet project, while lawyers are trying to convince a jury of their position, and clergy members are trying to win others over to their faith. The persuasive speaker uses emotional appeals and strong language in speeches. Glossophobia. Glossophobia, or speech anxiety, is the fear of public speaking. The word glossophobia derives from the Greek glossa, meaning tongue, and phobos, fear or dread. Some people have this specific phobia, while others may also have broader social phobia or social anxiety disorder. Third is kinds of sentences. Declarative. A declarative sentence declares or states a fact, arrangement, or opinion. Declarative sentences can be either positive or negative. A declarative sentence ends with a period. Example: I'll meet you at the train station. The sun rises in the east. He doesn't get up early. Imperative. The imperative commands or sometimes requests. The imperative takes no subject, as you is the implied subject. The imperative form ends with either a period or an exclamation point. Examples: open the door, finish your homework, pick up that mess. Interrogative. The interrogative asks a question. In the interrogative form, the auxiliary verb precedes the subject, which is then followed by the main verb. Are you coming? The interrogative form ends with a question mark. Examples: how long have you lived in France? When does the bus leave? Do you enjoy listening to classical music? Exclamatory. The exclamatory form emphasizes a statement, either declarative or imperative, with an exclamation point. Examples: hurry up. That sounds fantastic. I can't believe you said that. Four and last, types of sentences. There are four types of sentences: simple, compound complex. Simple sentences. Simple sentences contain no conjunction. Examples: Frank ate his dinner quickly. Peter and Sue visited the museum last Saturday. Are you coming to the party? Compound sentences. Compound sentences contain two statements that are connected by a junction. Examples: I wanted to come but it was late. The company had an excellent year, so they gave everyone a bonus. I went shopping and my wife went to her classes. Complex sentences. Complex sentences contain a dependent clause and at least one independent clause. The two clauses are connected by a subordinator. Examples: my sister, who was late for class, arrived shortly after the bell rang. That is the man who bought our house. Although it was difficult, the class passed the test with excellent marks. Compound complex sentences. Compound complex sentences contain at least one dependent clause and more than one independent clause. The clauses are connected by both conjunctions and subordinators. Examples: John, who briefly visited last month, won the prize and he took a short vacation. Jack forgot his friend's birthday, so he sent him a card when he finally remembered. The report which Tom compiled was presented to the board, but it was rejected because it was too complex. Thanks.